Two grown men, co-workers, football fans, zero expertise. Mike, George. Since there's nothing else on TV, sit back, relax, and see what happens when two guys who work at the cable company steal 30 minutes of local access time while no one is looking on a channel that nobody's watching. This is the Mike and George Experiment.
It's Friday night at 8 o'clock. This is the Mike and George Experiment. Blah,
what
blah,
energy
blah.
he's got. What energy he's got. Howdy. Good to see you. Thanks
George,
for joining us.
What happened to my Crimson Tide?
Well,
Oh, it was such a good game. And then we got to the last. Boy, they blew it. Alabama blew it.
Put the gun down, Mike.
They blew it. You know, here they were. It was tied 28-28. Ball. They were marching the ball down the field. They were trying to get into field goal range. The guy went out of bounds. They said, okay, regulation is over. Nick Saban's like, wait a minute, take another look at it. I think there was still a second on the clock.
Thanks, Nick.
And there was.
Yeah, exactly.
Their field goal kicker, Cade Foster.
Just missed
Cade Foster missed 3 field goals.
Right.
9 points.
But then they bring in another field goal kicker.
They brought in another guy who's
been
kicking long. He's been kicking 60-yarders in practice.
And he looked
pretty damn good. They put him out on the field with a bunch of big guys because you have to have a lower trajectory to get that distance.
Right.
And they kicked the field goal. He was just short.
Yeah, really.
And Auburn had a guy sitting in the end zone, caught the ball, and he ran it back, took it all the way in for a touchdown. Alabama loses the game. And all the guys on the field for Alabama, they averaged 294 pounds. They could not catch that guy.
This is one instance where I think Nick Saban's team was unprepared. They weren't cutting off.
It wasn't just that play, though. It looked like they just couldn't break away.
It was still a good game.
I blame the field goal kicker, Cade Foster. He kept missing field goals. That's 9 points.
That's right.
So it
should have come down to that.
It was a heartbreaker.
But you should have had a little better coverage. You know, the guy ran right down the left-hand side of the field.
He was 9 yards deep in the end zone, took it the whole way.
Yeah. So we watched that game,
in case
Mike.
you're just joining us, Alabama did lose. My heart is broken.
I know.
But other than that, I mean, it was a terrific game. Congratulations to the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, it was a good game.
That is SEC football, though.
Well, I was, I'm kind of an Alabama fan because I'm a new college guy, and
we're glad to have
I was pretty disappointed. I'm sure Nick Saban actually called me personally and told me he was glad that I'm a fan.
I'm glad he didn't call me.
Because you just cry into the phone. Yeah.
There were good games. Northern Illinois, who's 12-0, beat Western Michigan. LSU got past Arkansas 31-27. Oregon State game. Oregon won 35-36. Duke beat UNC. They're going to the ACC championship game. They're going to play FSU. Florida State beat up Florida 37-7.
Yes.
Minnesota 3, Michigan State 14. They're going to the Big Ten championship game to play Ohio State. Who else? Ohio State, Michigan. I don't know, folks, if you saw this game, but it came down. Michigan looked fantastic, and they were with Ohio State, score for score.
All the way. Yep.
They get down. There's there's less than a minute left. They march the ball down. They get a touchdown. And all they need is their extra point to tie it at 42. Go into overtime. You're the home team. You've got the advantage.
Guess what? Yeah.
They go for two. And they miss it. You're done. You could have beat Ohio State, but you didn't. You got greedy. Anyway, I thought that was a horrible move. Obviously, the guy would have been a genius if it had happened, but you
wasn't.
Just don't risk that. You know, those kids work so hard. But Michigan's had a tough season. You got an opportunity to beat an undefeated team and have the advantage of of being the home team in overtime, you take that every time.
I would think so. I would think so. But there was only one game on the weekend.
We're getting there. Penn State beat Wisconsin 31-24. Great game. Clemson 17. South Carolina 31. Wow, I knew that would be a good game. Notre Dame 20. Stanford 27. Texas A&M 21. Missouri 28.
Yeah.
Missouri goes on to the SEC championship game. UCLA 35. USC 14. Alabama 28. Auburn 34. Congratulations, Auburn. Come back after this message.
Thanks.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome
George.
back. This is
We've
not
got
George.
a guest.
This is not George. We do have a guest.
This is Zach from Montana Nursery. So I saw you out there today. You've got your Christmas trees all out there. So if you haven't got your Christmas tree, see Zach.
He's got wreaths guaranteed to last a year.
Now, proof of it.
We have proof.
He still has his Crimson Tide wreath up.
Yeah. Well,
And it looks about as good as the Crimson Tide does, I bet.
ooh. Speaking of Crimson Tide,
Actually, he said his wreath, it looks perfect. It's still green, hasn't lost needles.
so it looks better than the Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide, however, have fallen apart.
I like your tie though.
long as
Is
you
that
don't
Big
like
Al, the kitty's pal?
That is Big Al. This is
That's
the first
the
time in the history
mascot.
of the show I think I've worn a tie.
Yeah. Yes. And
So-
me too.
Makes you look important, though.
Clearly, I'm not.
Makes you look like one of the stars of the show. One of the stars of the show. Why don't we go to the rankings?
All right, why don't you tell us the top 6 BCS?
Well, I'm going to do that, and there's still controversy. Undefeated Ohio State or one-loss Alabama conqueror Auburn. There still was a controversy about where they were.
There always will be.
However, well, of course, BCS isn't going to ride off into the sunset without having that. Florida State, number 1. That's pretty exciting. I kind of like that.
All right.
Ohio State, number 2. Auburn, number 3. And if Auburn's really a team of destiny, the Buckeyes will make it a moot point by losing to Michigan State.
Hopefully so.
Exactly. Alabama still has a chance.
Everybody
Everybody has to lose except Alabama.
They have a chance about as thick as this piece of paper, but they have a chance.
Right.
So
Turn
you're
it the
telling
other
me
way.
there's a chance.
There is a chance. Alabama, number 4. Missouri, number 5. Oklahoma State, number 6.
All right, fantastic. Okay, well, we've got some conference championship games coming up this weekend. It's going to be terrific.
Yes, we do.
Louisville at Cincinnati, Oklahoma at Oklahoma State, Texas at Baylor, the Pac-10 championship, Stanford at Arizona. That'll be 10 o'clock Eastern on ESPN.
Yeah,
Saturday.
I'll be watching that one.
Who else have we got? The Big Ten, Ohio State at Michigan State. Come on, Michigan State!
Yeah.
That's at 6:17 p.m. Mountain Time on Fox. The ACC Championship, the Duke Blue Devils against the Florida State University.
I think the Blue Devils are going to be blue after that one. Black and blue.
That one will be in Charlotte. That's on ABC at 6 p.m.
Black and blue and blue.
FSU is favored, I think, by 29
600
points.
All right.
29 points.
All
But
right.
come on, Duke! Come on!
I didn't know they had a football team.
I know, they're
They do.
a
They have a basketball
school.
team. They do,
They
yeah.
haven't, well, when they were at 9 wins, they hadn't had a 9-win season since 1941.
Wow.
So,
Zach,
probably never had
who's your college team again?
Football, Boise State.
Boise State.
Yeah,
By the way,
they're
San
not
Diego
on this
State
list,
beat them
Yeah.
a couple weeks back. Just
They're having a rough
FYI.
go.
And then, of course, we got the SEC Championship
Yeah.
game. 1 p.m. Saturday on CBS Mountain Time.
Don't sound so depressed.
Missouri at Auburn. Let me just remind you that not too long ago, Alabama didn't make it to the SEC championship game, but won the national championship.
But, yeah, they
Played
wriggled their way in.
LSU.
That's right.
I'd love to know how many of your viewers loved the end of that Alabama game.
Probably all of
If they
them.
could
Probably
just email
everyone.
in
Except
and
my
let Mike know.
brother, my
SEC,
niece.
they suck. Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's what our viewers think, folks.
All right.
Where are we headed?
Should we go to the NFL?
Let's go to the NFL.
You know what?
Hey, do you have our standings?
I
Thank
don't.
God you don't.
I left them.
I know. I went 2 games behind you this week.
I know that I'm 116. I have 116 wins because that's what Matt had last week.
And I think 114, I think, is what I've got.
But I went...
Or 110.
I went 10-6.
Did you? Excellent.
You went 9-7.
Much better.
Matt went 12-4. Woo! So Matt, he just keeps the lead just keeps building.
I'm not trying to catch up with
He's
him.
12 games ahead of me.
I'm just going for the moral victory now.
There are no moral.
Okay, then I'm going for nothing.
What are you trying to do? Just tie me?
That would be a moral victory. If I could do that, I'm about four behind you.
It was disastrous.
It was.
Not as
but we did better. We did better on our picks.
We are improving.
However, it doesn't matter.
Let's just go right into this coming week.
Yes. Let's just do that.
All right. Thursday night game you wanted to cover?
Yeah, let's cover that.
I don't know why. Probably because the teams are so good, right?
2 crappy teams going against each other in a crappy venue. Jacksonville.
Right. Houston traveling to Jacksonville.
I'm going to go Jacksonville.
You take Jackson. I'm going to take Houston.
Okay.
Jacksonville is getting 3
points. He wants me to have a moral victory, folks.
Keep talking it up. Every time you do that, I get a little further ahead.
I know it.
How about Kansas City and Washington?
Your team, they're going to Washington. I'm going to pick the KC.
The Chiefs?
The Chiefs.
Kansas City.
That's 3 of us.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Should we save the rest?
Let's save the rest.
All right.
Let's come back.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, let's talk about...
We've got a fairly new sponsor, Nichols Gaming Parlor.
Nichols Gaming Parlor.
Cheers.
I'll do that. Cheers.
Cheers to you, Zach. Look, they've got a poker tournament coming up. The Nichols Poker Shootout. This weekend, okay? If you're going to be in Helena this weekend, go ahead and register. I don't know if they have spots left.
It's the last weekend, so they need to do it.
This is the weekend of the tournament.
Right.
40-player maximum, $500 buy-in. It looks like a lot of fun. You want to go over there and do it?
Let's do it.
All right, cheers. Come on back.
We'll just lose. Hey, welcome back. We're back with Mike and I and Zach, who has
Montana Nursery
has a veritable plethora of Christmas trees and wreaths. So call him soon because the plethora may be gone.
It's nice. I know we've said this before, but I love having a live tree. You just walk into the house and immediately you smell
the
it.
beautiful...
That's just the Christmas spirit.
Tradition. It's a tradition. There we go.
There you go.
All right. Well, you want to finish up some NFL here?
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you say?
We've got the New York Giants traveling
to San Diego.
Play your team in San Diego.
Yeah. Well, I asked my grandson Hayden about this pick.
Okay.
And he said San Diego's going to win that one. So I'm going with that.
I think he's right.
I think it's a bye week for San Diego.
Whoa.
How could you not pick
the Gents. Yeah.
Okay, so we're in agreement. All 3 of us are taking San Diego. Next is my upset of the week. The Seattle Seahawks are heading to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And that's going to be an exciting game. I'll tell you what, the Monday night game this last week, was it the Monday night game Seattle played? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They looked unbelievable.
They looked unbeatable is what they looked like.
And San Francisco's favored by 2.5 points.
I can't believe that, but I'm going with Seattle. That's also my upset.
Mine too.
I have co-games of the week this week. I couldn't even decide between Seattle, San Francisco, or the next one. I think they're both.
Who
Carolina.
Do you take, Zach?
Go ahead.
Kaepernick.
You're going to go with the 49ers? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Balance things out. I'm taking Seattle. George is taking Seattle. Zach's taking San Francisco.
Don't hold that against him.
They dominated the
New Orleans Saints.
So, I mean, and then that's where I went. I saw them. and they just have a lot on the ball. They are, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I don't know who in the NFC is going to beat them.
I don't see anybody.
I don't
really.
think it'll be San Francisco, but
I
San
don't think so
Francisco's at
either.
home, so we'll see.
And the next one is my co-game of the week.
Boy, I struggled with this one.
I did, but the way New Orleans looked last week and the way Carolina's playing, I'm going for Carolina on this one.
All right. How about you?
New Orleans.
I'm going for New Orleans.
Sure. Okay.
New Orleans looked like crap in the Monday night game, but
No, I don't think they will.
I think that,
think they will. No.
their plane couldn't take off either. So
Yeah,
instead
so
of having to
they
sleep
didn't
on
take
the plane,
off, they didn't take off.
They slept.
They got that extra sleep so they could
They
sleep
slept
walk
in
through
Seattle.
the game. Yeah.
And caught a flight the next morning. So,
Yeah.
they're going to be well rested. They're going to be angry that they were so badly beaten.
They were embarrassed.
And they're playing at home. And they're one of the strongest teams to play in their home venue. They're one of the strongest teams to play away. I think they have the best league. I think I heard.
Well,
on
we're going
the
to
radio
find
today.
out because we're going to talk about that.
The best record
top
in
five,
the league.
top five teams here.
Tough
quickly.
at home. I think they'll win.
Yeah.
Well, how about that last one? The Monday night game. Dallas going to Chicago.
I'm taking the Cowboys. That's your favorite team, right?
Yeah.
Well, who are you taking?
Yeah. I'm going to take Dallas just because.
Just because. And I'm going for Dallas too.
All right,
Tough.
so
I'm going for Dallas
there
too.
you go.
So
Monday
you got
night it's
it?
going to be
I'm
Dallas
sure.
beating the Chicago Bears, and as George calls them, the crybaby Jay Cutler.
Crybaby Jay Cutlers.
All right,
I'm sure
what's next?
Romo will find a way to screw that one up.
Actually, he's looking a lot better on that side of the ball. We have some Avis picks. Let's go. She's got some
Fantastic.
upsets. Missouri over Auburn.
That's an upset.
Duke over FSU.
Upset.
Come
on,
You
Ava.
want to see that. You want to see. I think she's playing with her heart a little bit. Michigan State over Ohio State.
Alabama needs all of those upsets to happen.
All right, and we hope it does.
Actually, I don't know if they need Missouri to beat Auburn.
Let's just make it a clean slate and have everybody lose. How about that?
I want another crack at Auburn. I want Auburn to beat Missouri, and I want FSU
wants
to
another
lose. I
crack.
want Ohio State to lose.
All right. And I have a bridge I can sell you in Arizona. New England over Cleveland. Cincinnati at Indy over Indy. And Arizona over St. Louis.
Terrific picks.
Terrific picks. Excellent picks.
How about that timing?
That was perfect.
That was nice. Hey, come on back after these messages.
See you soon.
Hey, welcome back. We've got Zach with us. He's from Montana Nursery. Montana Nursery is at the corner of Montana and Sierra here in Helena. They're open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Zach, you told me all your trees come from Montana, and you're the only...
We're the only
trees?
growers of in Montana of Fraser fir right now. We're the only farm that's producing.
Oh, that's
their
fantastic.
And
trees.
they're beautiful trees.
Get your Montana Christmas tree at Montana Nursery at the corner of Montana and Sierra.
Sierra.
Monday through Sunday, 10 a to 8 p.
In the capital of Montana.
Here we are.
Easy to
What is
remember.
that, Billings?
All right, so hey, it's time for George's True False Shootout.
Let's run with it.
I was a little late.
You're a little late. Okay.
What you got, George?
Hey.
Oh, I can't.
Here we go. But you want to.
I want to.
About the Mike Tomlin misstep on Thanksgiving night in Baltimore. A league-issued fine for his mistake or purposeful act of gamemanship seems entirely appropriate. He needs to be aware of where he is on the sideline and can't come anywhere near anyone in play, whether he's just distracted or devious. But a forfeited draft pick is a overreaction by the NFL.
A forfeited draft pick, it would be too much.
Too much. Now, what's your opinion about have you watched the replay and stuff? What did you think? Did you think it was a...
I think it was a mistake. He laughed afterwards. I think he was more embarrassed than he was devious.
Okay.
But, whether it's an accident or not, there are consequences that need to be realized.
And there should be consequences, but I think
But I don't think a draft pick.
I think people like to see emotion in the game. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's not like he was Woody Hayes and grabbed the kid by the face mask and punched him in the neck. He just
That would have been better,
he
though.
jumped
That would have
out.
been better. I would have liked to see that.
throwing a
I would
chair.
have seen that.
I watched him just because of that. So he's one of my favorites.
All right, what else?
Okay, let's
Yeah.
throw this one out. Speaking of throwing chairs, Peyton Manning is not a cold weather quarterback.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
I mean, he's in Denver. He's got, he's in.
That's
Is he in first place in the
that's,
NFC,
tropical.
in the AFC?
Well, let me throw this out then. Maybe
Most of his career was in
right?
the Dome and in Tennessee, but
22 games where the temperature at kickoff was 40 degrees or below. He is 10-12, which means nothing except he is 10-12.
okay.
But the good news is that they're in control. If they win out and take the AFC West, they're going to have home field advantage the whole time, so they won't have to worry about going to like Gillette Stadium.
I
and things
promise
like
you, it's
that.
going to be cold in Denver too.
Yeah, it just might be.
All right.
And do you want to go to email here, sir?
Okay, we
Let's
can
go
do
to
that.
email. Let's do that.
I've
because
got one
we-
right here. Carol writes, how would you rank the sophomore quarterbacks this year? She's talking about Griffin, Andrew
Right.
Luck, Colin Kaepernick,
There's only one to mention there, I
and
think.
Russell Wilson.
I thought there was only 2 there.
Well, there's 5, but I think
Wilson.
Well, these
and
4,
I
how would you
say-
rank them?
I'd rank Russell Wilson first, Kaepernick second, and the rest of them, they're
I'd go Wilson,
adequate.
Luck, Kaepernick, and Griffin.
really
I go Kaepernick, Wilson.
All right.
okay. All right, and the rest of them, I don't think they stack up to the other 2. So,
Well, and clearly, I mean, Griffin doesn't.
well, I mean,
belong in that
he's doing
struggling.
fine, but these other 2 are a cut above. Okay, I got an email from Jerry. Give me your top 5 teams at this point in the season.
All right. My first instinct was to say the Patriots, but I think
No.
the Panthers are actually better than them. So I
you're
took the
saying-
Patriots. So I'm saying Panthers, Broncos, Chiefs, Seahawks, and Saints. Despite the horrible loss they experienced, I think they're one of the best. I think they're one of the top 5. in
Okay,
the
so
NFL.
you're saying that the Seahawks are 4th?
Oh, I didn't put them in order. I just
Oh,
gave you
yeah,
my
the top 5. Well, I'm going to put them in order. Seahawks, Patriots, Broncos, New Orleans, Panthers.
All right.
Okay, and if
I
you
wouldn't
agree
put-
or disagree,
I wouldn't put the Patriots second.
I would. I would, because you're going to put the Broncos ahead of them after they beat them down? Okay, here we
would.
are.
I would.
You would. Okay, then I guess he is. I guess we'll agree to disagree on this one.
All right. Hey, thanks for watching the show. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Check out
Good to have
Montana
you.
Nursery. Thanks to Altitude Sports. You can check out our show on Facebook, YouTube, and altitude.tv. Click on About Us, go down to Affiliate Corner, and there we are.
There we are. It's
Hey, ladies and
exciting.
gentlemen, let's have a great football week. Let's see some upsets.
Yeah, in college especially. Okay. Well, Zach, it's good to
Okay.
have you. Are we good? Are we out?
Yeah, I need
are we
Michigan State to beat Ohio State. That's possible. The stretch is FSU losing FU